welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, right, I just have to apologize because I've been gone for like months and months and months. But in my defense, I have a life of my own, and the second defense I have for this is I'm doing my dissertation, and my third defense is COVID. Because if you guys remember my like last video from ages ago, right? I was talking about how I felt about being in lockdown, yeah? And that was lockdown 1. We are now in lockdown 3. Yes, lockdown 3. 1, 2, 3. We're in lockdown 3 now. Don't like it very much. I mean, what I do like about it is the fact that like I don't have coronavirus. I think I love that part. The fact that I'm not dying. That's great, I guess. Yeah, sure. Anyways, so today we're going to talk about stress, and we're going to talk about loneliness, and we're going to talk about COVID-19, as I think that's like a very much reoccurring theme in this like time. Oh, Happy New Year, guys. I know it's like really late, but I didn't do a video in January and now it's February, so I thought why not. Or Happy Valentine's Day, should I say, because that's tomorrow. But anywho, as I think, let's talk, let's get in the motion. All right, cool. Let me set the scene for ya. So 2021 came and I said, wow, a whole new year is here. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted COVID to be over so I could fly out this year. That was what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do last year too, but COVID-19 and COVID-19 and lockdown. So that was happening or whatever, but we went into 2021, and as soon as we got into 2021, I kid you not, let's say like 3 days in, Boris was like, we're locking them down. And now we're locked down, which is cool, I guess. Yeah. I'm still doing uni online. And if you remember from before, I said I really do not like uni online just because I feel like there's a lack of communication and there's a lack of like socialization. Don't get me wrong, I don't like socializing with people. I mean my lecturers, like I can't talk to them. I can't ask them questions in person. I can't like see what's going on with their facials. I don't know what's going on. Cool, whatever. So we're in lockdown. I'm trying to, you know, be at peace with the world, etc, etc. But lockdown can be really lonely, and I feel like for people like who are young adults or like teenagers or just of any age really, like it's quite daunting because it's like you went from being, if you're a young like teenager or whatever, you went from going from school being with your mates like every single day and like whatever, or like a young adult for instance, you went out of your way to like go to uni maybe, or you go to work and like there's always going to be people you're around, and then all of a sudden we've like been put in isolation. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I love to be isolated, love it, it's my primal thing, I do it like by accident, but to be put in isolation without wanting to be is a bit extreme. But anyways, I wanted to let you guys know what loneliness is, because I just thought like, I don't like being alone, I don't want to be alone, but I didn't actually ever like know what loneliness means. But let me read it to you. Okay, so loneliness is an unpleasant emotional response to perceived isolation. I like that word, perceived. It's what I see, it's how I feel about it. Like, am I actually isolated, or do I perceive that I am isolated? Anyways, loneliness is also described as a social pain, a psychological mechanism which motivates individuals to seek social connections. Alright, so thinking about that, now we understand the context of what loneliness is. It's very easy for people to be sad and depressed because we're all lonely. Like, don't get it twisted, like it's nice to be with your family and stuff, but there's certain things that you may not be able to relate with your mum, for instance. I mean, for God's sake, she's your mum, so you're not going to be able to relate with everything, but like certain things you can't talk to them about as much maybe, or like if there's like a family thing, like you're not going to want to talk to your family about it, you're going to want to like branch out kind of thing. So in as much as I'm an introverted person and I like to be alone, and I really do gain like a lot of happiness from my own space, it's been really difficult for me. And I've taken so many social media hiatuses, I don't know why you say that word, but I've taken loads of those because I just don't know like how to socialize anymore. Like it's almost like I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say or how to talk or how to act. And obviously we've already spoken about being autistic many times, and socializing is a routine. It's something that I trained myself to do. So when I've been put in lockdown, it's like I'm almost like reverting back to my natural form, which is like not knowing how to socialize that well. Like, I can socialize with my mom and sister because they're basically my best mates. No, it sounds sad, but literally that's what it is. So I can socialize with them and I can talk to them every day, etc. You know, come out, hi, hello, you know, etc. But when I go out in the real world again to talk to other people, it's just weird. Like, even through text, like, people think I'm either really sad, really mad. Like, they don't think I'm in a good place, which is not a lie, but it's also not the truth. Because, like, sometimes I'm just neutral. Like, I don't feel anything. I'm just neutral. Like, for me, I'm just mostly thinking about dissertation or coursework or like neuroscience. That's literally what's occupying my mind at the moment. I want to get myself a master's. I want to get myself a PhD. I want to be Dr. Vanessa-May, you know? I want to be up there. So most of the times that's the only thing I'm really thinking about. And socializing in general as being like an autistic person is hard as hell, because I don't know what everyone's talking about, and I don't know what things mean or what like emotions mean, or I can't like, I know it sounds silly, but I can't sense people's emotions. So I don't know when someone's mad if they don't have a mad face or if they don't make a mad sound. So, you know, and everything's over text now. So I can't read people's emotions, and it's just doesn't really work very well, because like someone might be really, really sad and I'm just like, I'm sorry that you're sad, because, you know, what else do I say to that? But if you don't make me know how you feel, I just don't know where to go from there. So lockdown hasn't been that great in that regard. Like, I don't know what's going on with friends or people, etc. As I said, apart from like my mum and sister, because I'm with them every blessed day, I don't know much of what's going on with like everybody else, I guess. So like literally, it's literally lockdown. It's literally isolation. Like, I just feel like I've been taken out of the world and taken into my own space, which is nice because my room's great and stuff. I love it here. But like at the same time, I liked the gym and I liked the library. I loved the library, and I can't go to the library because of lockdown. And like, I liked going to the van store, and I liked walking from my house to the van store. Like, there's little things that like I miss in regards to like normal life. Like, not like big things like parties and stuff, because I have a party every day with myself when I'm asleep. It's fun times and I enjoy it. I don't need to do all of that stuff. That's not why I'm upset to be in lockdown, because we're saving like lives and etc. And I don't want to die of coronavirus. So yeah, I don't mind staying at home for that. But like, just little things like not being able to go to the gym. And I used to go to the gym because it was good for my mental clarity. So like, my mental health is like all over the gaff. It's like, woo! It's like every day's a new day. Like, I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad. Like, you know, it's yeah, it's bada bing, bada boom. Like, I don't know how to put it. It's whatever, you know? So it's cool, I guess. And what else is there? Like, yeah, COVID is stressful. Yeah, it's very stressful. Like, very, very stressful, because not only is just the situation really stressful, it's the fact that I'm a third year student in COVID. So it's like, that's even more stressful, because it's like, you don't get much guidance when you're in the third year anyways, because you've been in university for all this time. You should know what to do by yourself at this point. That's kind of what you get from like professors and stuff, which is all good and well. I get it. Like, use your techniques that you've learned prior and put it into like the final year. But the problem with that is, I ain't never written a dissertation before, so I don't know how they thought I was just going to be able to like write that boom. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it's okay. Like, I'm not complaining as much. Like, I think one of the biggest problems was probably writing it. Literally, like, you don't know when to start or how to start or whatever. So that's been a bit stressful, but I think that's a fun part of lockdown. Like, I do have a lot more time to submit to like my dissertation, and I also have time to like work, like, because obviously you can work from home and stuff, and I work from home as well. So that's another reason why I haven't been on YouTube. I've just been working and studying, and yeah, like, that's literally it. That's what I do. I study, I work, I study, I work, I talk to my mum and my sister. That's it. That's my routine. So when we break this lockdown and they tell me you're free to freedom, I don't know how I'm gonna react. I don't know how I'm gonna act, because for me it's gonna be like, what the heck? You made me be in this bubble for ages, and now you're like throwing me to the wild, you know? And it's like, not that I don't want to be in loneliness, because as it was explained before, like loneliness can lead to like loads of things like depression and anxiety, and it can be really bad sometimes, especially when you feel like lonely. Like you can get like have a meltdown because of that. But it's just more of, I think because I've adjusted so much to being just with like 2 people, for me, when people try to reach out to me and stuff, it's kind of like, for me, it's like, what? Like, what even is that? Like, because I'm not used to it anymore. I'm not used to socializing with loads of people. I'm not used to seeing loads of people. So in my head, it's like, what the heck? Like, even socializing on social media, it takes all of my energy. Don't get me wrong, I'll be on TikTok for ages, or I'll be on Instagram on the reels and stuff, or like watching people's stories on Instagram. That's fun. Like, I like pictures and stuff. But things that I used to really like Snapchat, now that we're in lockdown, I'm like, socializing takes my breath away. And I really need my breath to like do stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely say like lockdown is a strain on everyone. It's really stressful, but I guess the positive note is to understand like you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. Like you're allowed to be sad, you're allowed to be mad, you're allowed to feel lonely, you're allowed to be depressed, you're allowed to be anxious. And I think it's one thing I keep reminding myself, like not to be so hard on myself, because I'm always like, you got to be positive. Like in 2021, like I have this little book and I write every day for like what I'm grateful for, because I just wanted to be like, I wanted to be like up there. I wanted to be more positive. But some days I'm just like, what the heck am I grateful for? Like yeah, you're grateful for your family, you're grateful for being alive, but that's just too generic, and I'm not a generic kind of gal, so I'm not gonna write that down, you know? I want like specific things, like, oh, I'm grateful because I got a first, or oh, I'm grateful I got a 2-1, preferably a first, but anyways, yeah. Or oh, I'm grateful that I went to the park today. Like I want like specific things, but sometimes it's like, huh? So now I've gotten to the point where like, it's not even that I want to be happy, I'm just coming to a point of contentment, and I kind of like that. You know, the more content I feel, the less lonely I feel, I guess. So like, even though I'm very much isolated from everyone, like I don't really have many friends and stuff, and I know people are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, I'm your friend Vanessa-May and all that crap. Yeah, we're all friends and stuff. What I'm saying is like, I feel very detached from things, if that makes sense. So in as much as I may have like 10,000 million friends, in my head, my only friends are my mom and my sister. So I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just a bit, I don't know, I don't like lockdown. Like, I don't like lockdown. I don't like lockdown because 1, I need to go to the gym. 2, being a 3rd-year student in lockdown is very demotivating. It is so demotivating, and sometimes I just don't want to get out of bed. And 3, people are dying, and that's not very nice, is it? Like, I'd rather that didn't happen, especially because like, you wake up one day and like someone's like, yeah, I've lost my dad, or someone wakes up and they've lost their grandma, and like it's just very terrible and very tragic, very depressing if you ask me. But you know, I still have my parties with myself. You know, I talk to myself as I always do. I play my music and I like, you know, I get with the jig of things. I'm trying my best, but it has been difficult, hence why I took a hiatus or whatever, however you say that word, from social media and everything. I took a hiatus from everything because, girl, I needed a break. And sometimes all you really have in this life are your family. So I'm trying to just be on that flex. But yeah, I guess you could say I'm back on YouTube for a bit. If I disappear again, it's literally because I have a dissertation to write, and y'all are not gonna write it for me. I have to write it for myself, and I really do want to get a first in it because it's literally 40 credits. For those who don't know, that's like 2 modules. It's like literally your dissertation counts for 2 modules. So if I was to mess up 2 modules, for instance, God forbid, the dissertation would bring my grade back up. So I just really want to do well. But anyways, there are loads of things we're going to talk about. Loads of hauls because, you know, it's lockdown. So I've just been ordering a bunch of stuff. Like, I've ordered so much stuff from iSort at first. So I'm excited to show you that stuff. I'm also excited to show you bodysuits because I have an obsession with bodysuits now. You guys have seen my hair's growing. Hopefully the next time you see me, my hair's red. What else is there? There's just a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about autism because people ask me loads of questions about it on like social media, and I'm just like, I might as well just answer it all here. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to my channel, and goodbye.